All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Princes of the Apocalypse. We are now on Season 2, Episode 1, in this arbitrary delimiting between our seasons because we did 30 episodes. Woohoo! Last week, unfortunately, was the last session of both Lincoln and Kyle. Dirk Courage has left with the Trident to go protect it and keep it safe so you don't know where it is, and Sindrin will be becoming an NPC for a short while until he's out. So we're down to 4 players for the time being, but we carry on. So last time on Princes of the Apocalypse, there we go. I clicked it, Alex. I don't know if it went. There it goes. The party managed to destroy one of the elemental evil weapons. With Pharaoh's mother, they traveled down deep into the air temple, through the Fane of the Iron, into the air node, where they were able to cast the spear into the node, closing both the node and destroying the spear, sending the air cult into shambles. Some of them, weeping because they'd lost their connection to the elemental plane of air, others confused and unsure what was going on as sort of the spell on them was lifted. And you guys made it back out, had some celebration at Feathergale Spire where you decided what to do next, and I believe the consensus was to head towards Neverwinter. Now,
I believe you mean Wind's End.
Oh yes, not Feathergale Spire, Wind's End,
as some call it, in Wind's End.
And, pull my thing
Eridan's love life end.
you guys sent the Raven to Fenelon to tell Fenelon to prepare Waterdeep for the Red Larkian refugees. And, you guys were saying you were going to head north through Beliard and out to Neverwinter to learn more about Vizerin Devere.
Yes.
Right.
But right
Or
when
like Vizerin Devirdo.
when Pharaoh went to sleep, he had a dream, a vision. He was visited by Vizerin Devere, who told Pharaoh that he would have to deliver his mother to Vizerin at the site of the Sacred Stone Monastery. And that's where we left off.
Well, we don't know that yet, right?
Only Pharaoh knows
Only
that.
Pharaoh knows, and he has a Gaius,
yeah.
Geas,
He's
not.
biased.
preventing him from telling any of you.
Did I can't remember. Did the Geas also make me do it, or was it just to not tell them?
The making you do it is a different magic that was tied when you agreed to have Vizerin save your life.
Cool.
That's less your geas to do it. That's more, if you don't do it, everything comes undone and everyone dies.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Pretty much. Gimmicks and whatnot.
You just can't talk about it.
I don't like being friends with this guy.
Say again, Lil?
Did I mention recently how I don't like being friends with this guy? It's very different.
And sorry, I'm just geography. Where's Neverwinter? Is Sacred Stone Monastery is like north of
Yeah, Neverwinter is far to the north, so I've got some maps here. But basically, you travel north along the long road. There's a bit of zigzagging from Beliard until you're on the long road. Remember, the long road to the south passes through Red Lark and all the way to Waterdeep. But you would follow the long road north until you reach the town of Tribor. And from there, you take the Tribor Trail west until it reaches the High Road. You follow the High Road north, and that will get you to Neverwinter, which is on the
I want
coast.
to take the low road.
Yeah.
The
Then I'll
Neverwinter,
get to Scotland
Neverwinter is
before
along
you.
the coast to the north.
Literally, I will beat you to Scotland. I'm going in a couple weeks.
Where's Sacred Stone in relation to that?
Sacred Stone is along the way between where you guys are now and Beliard.
Cool. Okay. In that case, I'm not going to say anything about any of that to the party.
Well,
I
you
can't.
can't anyway.
Yeah, and I'm not going to try to convince anybody of anything since we're already heading.
I
that
mean,
direction.
there are paths that would not pass it. But you also, if you needed to find an excuse, you still don't know where your girlfriend is.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was going to say about if it wasn't already on the way. But assuming we're already going on the way, I'm not going to say anything until we're near.
Yeah, assuming you guys take pretty much the most straightforward path, Sacred Stone Monastery is right near a bridge that crosses the river, and then that bridge leads, north up to Belliard. So it is the most straightforward way, passes the monastery.
All right. There's nothing from out.
So if it's that far north, shouldn't it be, like, sometimes winter? Or are we in the southern hemisphere?
I don't know, man.
Maybe.
Just wondering.
Faerun wobbles on its axis.
I like
Think
that.
of that.
You mean tier? But it's okay.
It wants what?
It's okay.
Faerun is the continent.
Yeah, the continent wall.
Whatever. I don't know with the. Oh, that's what you were saying. Tyr, is that what it's called?
Yeah,
I don't know the
Tyr.
planet's name.
I got you.
Planet is a Norse god. I was very confused. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. I'm fine with us going on the normal route because that leads us near, and I'm
So-
going to wait till we're nearby.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna be like, I'm dumb. I don't remember, but also because I don't think Theo totally understands how we're hoping to get more information by going to Neverwinter. Like, what do they have that will help us?
Books.
Basically, Neverwinter keeps a long history and records within multiple libraries throughout the city. It isn't the largest city. We probably get more information by heading towards Waterdeep, but given the state Waterdeep's in, I feel like going somewhere a bit more detached from the situation is probably a safer bet for us to be able to do so safely.
Emerald, specifically, you know about Ogma's House of Knowledge.
Right.
Oh, I know about Ogma. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ogma's House of Knowledge is in Neverwinter.
The House of Knowledge is
Not
something
unlike Vinny's House of Toast.
Those 10,000 things.
I agree. I think we should head to Neverwinter. It's best to stay away from Waterdeep at the moment. North
It's
seems the way to go.
good records of information. If we're gonna find anything out about Visser and Devere, it's the best place for us to go.
Okay, Lily is interjecting just one last time to make sure. You all saw the chart Jake posted? Okay, because I didn't understand how time travel worked. So, if we choose to go to Neverwinter, Lily is saying this, Theo is not. Theo is cool with whatever because he doesn't even know what a book is. Like, he really wouldn't know what to do with one. Like, I have minimal reading skills. It's enough to, like, get work orders.
Okay, I've taught kids like that. It's fine.
Enough to read our guild letter, you mean?
And I've heard our guild letter in a really loud voice to everyone who doesn't want to hear it. But if we go to Waterdeep instead, we have the chance to encounter our past selves and try to steal a war pick from ourselves.
No, because
That would break the timeline!
if
That's
we go
what
to
I said.
Waterdeep,
She said it wouldn't.
we wouldn't have a deep enough. Waterdeep will have more information, but it won't be as deep of information as we could find at Ogma's.
Okay. Oh, I don't even care about that. I was just pointing it out for
Talking about the war pick and the
No,
previous
yeah,
time
yeah.
travel.
But yeah, no. Regardless of the time travel stuff, Emerald's like, look, if we want to find what we need to find about Visser and Devere, as much as there's going to be more libraries and resources in Waterdeep, we're not going to find something as valuable as the information we're going to find at Ogma's in Neverwinter.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good. Neverwinter it is. Never been there, so I'm excited.
Tally-ho!
Oh,
We have
yeah.
horses. Where did we leave our horses?
You left your horses near the water temple.
Is that on the way?
Actually, I do think it is.
Yeah, and I don't think they've actually
They're still
been there
alive.
that long because of
No,
time
they
travel.
No, because that's been... I didn't write stuff down, but it's
Like
been
2
maybe
days
2
only.
days?
Their
3
bodies are
days?
certain they're there.
Yeah, and we left them near grazing
Yeah,
stuff.
you left them in a field, like...
With water?
Fine, as long
Oh,
as
they
no
weren't
one-
tied?
Yeah, they were tied to a tree.
Oh.
Like, they're fine
Water.
as long as no one came out and killed them.
And
Like-
the water temple area is right along the river, so there's plenty of water.
And they're fine.
I guess it's not called the Water Temple for nothing.
Yep.
Where did I park my horse?
Oh,
That'd be really.
wait,
Dude,
where are we
where's
right
the
now,
horse?
Jake? What city are we in?
You're not in a
Oh,
city,
God,
you guys are at
California.
Wind's End. Also previously, you're at the Spire formerly known as Feathergale.
Okay, the next big town we go through, which I guess would be Belliard,
Yeah?
I have shit to sell so we can get some more money, y'all.
Alright.
Cool. Just throwing it out there so Lily can help remember. Y'all. Cool. Yippee. Keep that.
So let's go get the horses.
So tally ho to the horses so that we can tally ho.
Exactly.
Yeah, so let's move along, get the horses. That'll speed us up. I think that's, even if it's a bit of a detour, I think it's worth it for the speed we'll gain.
Wait, Emerald, did you have a horse?
No, but we have a horse there now that Syndra's
I know, but I'm just saying.
No, but
Okay.
you guys are talking about horses.
We can have our friend's horse.
Dirk had a horse, so.
Dirk had a horse.
I know, it's so sad. Alright, to the horses.
The teleporting wasn't so expensive.
How are they doing?
Until
Cool.
we get there, bang 2 coconuts together.
You guys get there. Your horses are fine. Give me 1 second to make some notes on my calendar so I don't forget all this shit. Air Temple, Dream. You guys are on day. Shit, you guys are on day 41.
Oh my gosh.
We're so old.
We're old. Well, I'm
You're
like
way
300.
older, Jake.
I'm old. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm like 300, but that's not the point.
So the horses are fine.
Hey.
You guys, you know.
Hey,
Pardon?
how many days are in a year?
How many days were they here?
No, how many days are in 1 year?
Oh, we're at 360. I don't know what the.
Well, there's 20 in Hexbell.
I don't know. I don't know enough Forgotten Realms calendar to tell you why.
Because Alex said 40 days. We're so old, and I was like, how many days are in a year, actually? It's fine.
Probably roughly 365, but
We missed Amos's birthday. It's no big deal.
So actually, most planets
365 in a year.
do not have a tilted axis. They're straight up and down. It's only when impacts happen. So would there even be a necessity for a year if you didn't have changing seasons?
Yes, because Tyr is on the exact same axis as Earth because they were lazy.
Man,
This isn't Earth.
messing with astronomy.
Yeah, they even have leap day every 4 years.
They're
I
also
like your logic, Brandon.
Do they really? That's
Yeah.
stupid.
Not even
Their
joking.
flaws too.
it makes GM math more easy, I guess.
Why don't they just like
Mo better.
get a bunch of wizards to write the axis? They don't need to do a leap year at least.
Yeah, there's 4 months. There's 12 months of exactly 30 days. 5 holidays that land in between months that are not part of months, but are just holidays that land there, and that's why it's divided into 3 10 nights. I think they're called. They're not weeks, but
10 days.
They're 10
Whatever
days.
it is.
Yeah.
10 days. Thank you. Basically, Forgotten Realms is weird.
And lazy. We found it. Alright.
I love it, but it's
So, cool, the horses seem happy. They're not, like, really resentful.
Totally. So you guys are like, take all your stuff and you start loading it back onto the horses.
Okay.
They're all good to go. But as you guys start to pack up to ride away, Sindrin turns his horse south.
Where are you going?
And he says,
This way.
I think I need to return to Baldur's Gate.
But that's... Emerald confirmed that's not the direction we're going.
no, but there is going to likely be problems there with the Flaming Fist gone.
Right, and given what I've seen with Imix, I need to reconcile it with what I believe. And that is
Depends
where I
what-
first felt the power of the flame.
Tend to your home. Make sure it is well, and then tend to yourself. Ride well, then.
Theo is confused and doesn't totally understand, and I'm gonna
Where's
realize...
the thing?
Well, if you need to reconcile, good luck with that. Do what you gotta do, man. Like, I don't totally get it.
Reconcile?
Yeah, like, I'm not totally sure.
The tread marks outside the vehicle were identical.
And he says, I hope to return before this is all over and help, but for now I need to go.
Very well.
God's watch over your travels then.
I never even got to toss you.
Toss me.
You may be of short stature, but you have a large heart.
tomorrow?
What was that, Brandon?
Brandon said a word no one heard.
We lost you there for a minute, Brandon.
Brandon, you're gone.
No, no, sorry. I'm not
Moving your surface around causes your connection to drop.
Oh, hey,
Brandon's
relax.
a slideshow
Those
right now.
things.
There we go. You're back.
No, it's having issues on my desk. It's I'm trying to move closer to the router to
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
fix it.
Cool.
Did you go off into the sunset?
Yeah, that's
This
sad.
whole
but-
time, I'm gonna remind you guys. There's this. You guys have gotten closer while going this way and while riding. You're much closer now to this giant castle, this rock that's floating in the sky.
There's a rock floating in the sky?
Yeah, remember there's a kind of ramp leading up to it. It's way the fuck up there.
But it looks like a person couldn't use the ramp, right?
Well, I mean, it's separate rocks floating, just at various heights.
But it looks like a person couldn't jump it.
No, there were big gaps.
Well, what if a person were to have a spell such as fly cast upon them?
They could probably get up there.
What if
We
a
could
person
probably
were to
do it.
cast fly upon a horse? And we all
That
did
would
it.
be
That would be so
hilarious.
cool.
That is a lot of magic that you're asking for, Theo. I don't think I can just throw that around.
The important thing is how cool it would look.
I can only do it on two things. That's not going to work nearly as well as you're thinking.
And it doesn't matter. Dirk's not here to sing about it anyway.
Can we just get on one platform and then, row our way up?
Pharaoh, what's your plan?
Oh, nothing. I've had trouble trying to get a horse to gallop, much less fly.
We
I don't
build
know.
a boat.
Oh,
I
wait,
have a
wait,
knife
wait.
somewhere. On a tree with it.
Wait. No, for real. Okay, wait. Let me check something really quick. Jake, how do I figure out my carrying weight and shit?
I don't know. You multiply something by 4. What are you thinking?
Okay, if somebody casts fly on me or Eridan, well, actually, I think my strength is higher.
They're identical.
Oh, they're identical. What do you have that's higher than me?
Dex.
Oh, and you're okay. That's what.
And you got higher con.
And higher and much higher whiz. Okay. So if somebody cast fly on either of us, we could carry the other 3 people up. We'd be encumbered, but doesn't matter. 'Cause we're
What if
flying.
one of you goes up and ropes us down?
Or we could do
It's
that.
way high up in the air.
How high up is it?
V high.
V high.
Greater than 500 feet high, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we should do it. It's so weird. I feel like we should do it. I totally forgot about it existing, but we're here and the opportunity is here, and I feel like we should just do it. I'm very.
I feel like this is an excellent way to get ourselves killed before we even get our
Can't-
way started.
Wait, Emerald became a bird once. Can we do that again?
That wasn't mine, that was Dirk's magic.
Pharaoh
Damn
kind
it,
of looks up
girl,
and
you can't even be a bird. You're useless to me.
scratches
That's
his
a
head.
different wood elf you're after. I
Sure,
can
has Safra
put the
say
word-
anything?
Oh, Sabras isn't tuning in on this one. I'm okay with going up there with the flying plan, but if we're adding missions to this, then I think we should also try to find Pumpernickel at Sacred Stone.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
I wonder how she's doing. Well, let's stop here, and if the floating rock just turns out to be nothing more than a floating rock, then, now we know, and we can tell all the villagers that it's actually a shrine to us, and they have no way to disprove us, because...
Did no one just notice he was talking about bread?
Pumpernickel. Oh, okay, so.
Oh!
Where's bread, though?
I tossed you some from my pack.
Good man.
Think about Pharaoh. He's in a romantic relationship with bread.
Pumpernickel.
No, I knew
Pumpernickel
that,
is his
but-
girlfriend.
Yeah, come on, girlfriend.
I punch Eridan, and I'm like, no, Pumpernickel's real. I've seen her. I met her. She was hella nice.
Someone fell for him?
Okay,
Oh, Mom.
cast fly on me. I'm so ready. Make me fly.
I'm just gonna
So
blink.
ready.
And you hear this elongated
Yeah.
And then Emerald is just like, does anyone else want to actually go up there?
I'll go.
I'm fine with going.
I
Ah.
can only put 2 of us, so let's.
Yeah, but the other two of us will fly, and the other will carry him.
Come on, we've been saving the world for weeks. We need a break.
Come over here. And I'm gonna have everyone get off their horses, have us kind of like tie the horses aside again, briefly, and
Attack
I'm
my
gonna
student this time.
burn a 4th level spell to cast Fly on both the Elders brothers.
Woo!
Alright, so the Eldritch brothers can fly,
Yep.
and they're gonna carry Pharaoh and Emerald.
Yeah, Pharaoh's on my back, like a piggyback, but it looks really stupid because Pharaoh's
For
really
reference, I hate everything about this.
I wanna line up so the sun is behind me, and then float down like Superman and put my arm out to Emerald.
I don't even bother with that because I'm way too. I don't think that far.
There's like
No,
this,
get
just
him with
like
the cape.
there's like this
Yeah.
look of just like utter despair as he takes your hand.
Like, what have I done? This is such a waste. I can't even believe I did this.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Emerald, give me the wind beneath my wings.
All right, we go
You
up.
fed a village, you know.
Tulos
I'm
broke
king
us.
of the world.
So you guys start flying up,
Trust me.
and as you get higher into the air, you start to see that the sort of the column of rocks, the diagonal sort of beam made of rocks that are spinning and floating, is connecting from where this giant rock is out to where you see where Sacred Stone Monastery is.
What?
And as you get higher up, you can start to see around this rock, and you realize at the top of this rock is flat, and there's grass and like water on it, and there is a castle on top of these rocks, of the giant rock in the center of the sky.
First of all, I say, hey, maybe Pumpernickel's totally shacking up here. It looks totally earthy. See the path. And then I'm like, this is so awesome.
Also, sorry,
I think so.
where's Pharaoh's mom?
Oh yeah.
Just stay with the horses.
She was
Did
originally
Pharaoh- did
coming
you
with you
forget?
guys to go to Neverwinter, so
Did you completely? Oh.
I forgot.
I
Get
forgot
with
that
the
she.
horses.
she gonna stay with the
Yes.
horses, or
For now, I think. Yes, I
I can
would.
carry
So,
her if she wants to come. Like,
I would say for now.
Oh, bring her up. Come on. Yeah, she's gonna go.
give me a
with you. She
sec.
wants
I
to
actually
see
think
you.
she knows fly.
Yeah, well, also Jake. From what I know of Isendil's magic, I think that's her name. I think I'm remembering.
Yep.
Isendil. Yeah. From what I know of her magic, would I think taking her with us, just get into an emerald brain for a moment? Would I think taking her with us would just be a bigger risk?
I don't know what you mean by that. I'm
Well, I
not
think
sure.
she's too
I hear
weak
what
to
you're
take
saying.
along.
I hear what you're saying.
I would say no because she probably knows Featherfall.
She also
I
knows
would
fly.
say if we leave
So
her
she
there,
casts
like,
fly on
there's
herself.
chances of her leaving.
Fair, yeah. Okay, and if she can cast fly, then that's good enough for me to say, okay, that's a vote in the positive for taking her along, because that
Alright,
means
cool. So
she's
she comes.
strong.
Sweet. Family trip.
In fact, if you guys don't want to be carried, she has 3 slots worth of fly.
Wow. Okay. Actually, yes, please. Eridan, don't let go. Actually,
I
just let go.
toss
I'm flying.
Emerald.
Yeah, it's like
Alright, so, yeah, she casts fly on Pharaoh and Emerald and herself, and now you guys can all fly up there.
Right. I didn't like this last time on the bird, and I don't like it without the bird.
Yep. Not great.
apologies.
Didn't I
I,
fall off last
I
time?
value my dignity more than our friendship.
I think I fell off last time.
All right. So we get to the castle.
And as you guys are rising up, you can start to see this castle up, and then you realize that you recognize this castle.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Is
Shit!
this where Visitor and Devere lived?
This does appear to be Visitor and Devere's castle.
Shit! Haul ass out of here!
Yeah, we should probably
Abort!
leave.
Abort! Go back
Well,
down.
question: should we catch up with the man?
Are you fucking gonna have
No.
tea time with this bitch? No.
No, we
We did
don't.
not be anywhere
Say to
near
us,
this.
we popped into a dream and told us we're all gonna die or some shit if you wanted to talk to us.
I'm on Pharaoh's side.
If this guy wanted us to talk to him by coming to his place, he would have invited us, not stopped time.
And maybe sent a cookie or some ravens. I don't know.
I
He's
also
like the
don't
kind of guy
see
who would do that.
creepy Reese clone. That dude
Look.
Yeah, I don't want to see that again. That freaked me out.
Well, it doesn't freak me out, so I could go in.
it.
You're gonna go in.
I mean, I don't see what the look.
All right,
We did
bye.
what he had.
Never seen you again.
No, my point is like if this is here, he's here for a reason. We could. If we can just ask him, hey, why are you here? And he's willing to share with us like he did last time, I don't see the...
I would be willing to bet that it has to do with the Sacred Stone Monastery, considering his driveway is basically to it right now.
Right, and he has the pick, so I'm assuming he's trying to bend them to his control rather than whatever cult they were following before.
Oh, you think he's not home? Maybe we could raid his shack.
I think he's home and he's trying to convince them to move in with him.
Well, we know we can't fight him because that bitch can stop time. I just want to keep emphasizing that because, oh my god, it's so weird and I totally don't understand it.
Yes.
Like, can't fight that. So, is it better to go to the people he's trying to convince to move in with him and be like, hey, don't? I don't know.
Props time. You can't explain that.
Pharaoh, where's your bread woman?
Well, I can find her if we're within 1,000 feet of her. Which, if she's at Sacred Stone Monastery, we should probably go there before trying.
Wait, do the test now to see if she's within 1,000 feet, because if she is, that means she's in the castle, and then we should go in.
Well, I guess that's a good point.
I try to be logical sometimes.
Where is this spell? Locate person.
Everybody else should be face palming when I say that.
How many feet are in a mile?
5,000.
5,000.
1,500
Cool.
meters, not times 3.
Locate creature. There we go.
So you guys are flying within 1,000 feet of the castle.
Yes.
Cool. So you are trying to find Pumpernickel.
Yes.
Very specifically Pumpernickel. And I don't think if there's any checks. Just 1,000 feet.
And it's creature, so it won't accidentally pinpoint a loaf of pumpernickel bread.
It does not locate Pumpernickel.
Okay.
Ugh. Well, that was draining.
It lasts for some time, though, if I know the spell, so...
Yeah, I can keep it on for an hour. So I guess we'll just keep it on for a while as we go around.
I'm
here
just saying
and
it's
see.
something to consider, that maybe we should... I'm not going to say pop in, because I don't think we want to stay, but...
One does not simply pop in on the Earth King.
I say we go to Sacred Stone Monastery, get more intel, since we have somebody on the inside.
Wait,
and
hold
then
on.
return.
I could search for Vizerin and find out if he's home. Although after that, I don't know if I'd want to go in anyways. That's a pretty
Yeah, I
big
feel
loss
like
of
I don't
power.
want to know that information.
Right. Also, I think you declared a creature as part of the spell, so that'd be a different casting of it.
Yes.
I say we go to Sacred Stone Monastery.
Yeah, I agree.
Use Pumpernickel because she's amazing.
Yeah, we can see Sacred Stone, can't we?
We can see that the path heads there. He said.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, okay.
Sacred Stone's is a few miles away from where you
Yes,
are.
we gotta go back to the horses.
Probably have to cast it again.
I'm gonna fly down.
Oh wait, with horses, we could probably get a few miles.
But as long as you continue your concentration, Pharaoh, like you can maintain this for the next hour, and then when you guys get closer to Sacred Stone, you'll know if she's there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not casting fly.
Yeah. That's me and Isindil.
All right,
That's good.
I fly down back to my horse.
Same.
Cool. Y'all fly back down to the horses. Everybody gets on a horse. Pharaoh, your mom is riding on your horse. With you.
Bum, bum, bada, bum, bum, bada, bum, 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 bum.
And y'all start heading towards Sacred Stone Monastery.
I can't wait till you meet Pumpernickel, Mother. You're going to love her.
It takes, not even like 30 minutes on horseback.
That's a total death flag. Why did you say that, friend?
I know.
And as you get closer, you can see that the rocks are sort of floating above the monastery, and they go right onto it.
You're going to eat this up.
And there's this sort of bright, glowing light at the tip of the monastery and the base of the rocks.
Lord
I don't know why he came to me just as himself. He should have just sent a bunch of floating eyeballs. I would have thought he was Severus. If he can do this, why?
Seriously, this is creepy.
And as you guys get a bit closer, you, Pharaoh, notice first, because you have an insane passive perception, you see Pumpernickel running towards you guys in the distance from the monastery.
There she is! How does she know we're here?
Hashtag
Where's
true
she
love.
running from?
Or two.
No.
What did you say, Pharaoh?
How did she know we're here?
She saw you.
Oh. I guess that makes sense.
Who needs magic when you have eyes?
She saw you guys riding on horses and ran out.
Pumpernickel! Come here! She's not dead, see?
Pharaoh, I'm so glad you're. And then she sees your mom behind her and just like, what?
She do the Scooby-Doo like skid.
This is my mom!
Yeah.
Your mother is Erisi Kalanoth?
Sort of.
Everything's gone to hell. I don't know what to do. Pharaoh.
What's happening? Is Vizarin here? That
Who?
I
bastard!
feel so bad for her. Her life must be shitty right now.
Ever since the prophet was gone, things have been, people have been fighting for control and power, and then these rocks, and everyone's saying it's a sign, and no one knows what it means.
It's not a sign. It's just an enemy.
I know what it means. It's not
Explain
good.
everything. Who's in charge now?
No one right now. It's chaos in there.
You better stay with us. It might be dangerous.
At which point, your mom says, "Wait, Pharaoh, no. They need a leader."
Who?
Me. I know how to lead people. I can lead them away from whatever they're doing. We can turn them against Vizarin.
What?
But does that help anything?
Don't they like hate you?
Do I know where I need to lead her for the Gios? I mean,
Sacred
for the
Stone
general
Monastery. Vizarin
Just
said,
Sacred
"You'll
Stone."
know what to do when you get there."
Okay. Damn.
You're like the opposite of Earth. Why would they elect you?
Yeah, I feel like they wouldn't be really into that, but that's
No.
just my general feeling.
You just see Emerald smile. Isindil, you're going to break them.
Precisely.
As pieces
What are
start
they,
to form a
horses?
place for Pharaoh.
No,
Mustangs.
I'm for this. I don't understand how breaking another cult will hurt us. And especially with someone on our side.
Well, I suppose that does work. If they'll Pumpernickel, my mother, we took her from the air cultists. They were wrong, but she's seen the ways of stone. I think that she can lead. She now that she's seen the
Pharaoh, close your mouth. Your mom says. She looks down at Pumpernickel as she climbs down off the horse, and she says, "Take me down into the temple. I'll take care of the rest." And Pumpernickel's like, "Okay."
Wait, we know the Visitor Devere is here, though. I feel like that's like a really bad omen.
I agree, and I feel like we should tell her.
No, I feel like she's
Well,
picked
Brandon
up on
asked who was in
us.
charge, and I guess she didn't answer, huh?
Isindil.
She did answer. She said, "No one. It's chaos."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Emerald.
Let Mia Leaky and Mistra guide you. You'll do well here.
Thank you, Emerald.
mother.
I'm stressed.
Yes, Pharaoh? I will be fine. Don't you worry about me. And she comes over to like give you a hug and a kiss.
I can't say anything. I like. Well, never mind.
I'm gonna look at Pharaoh, then look at Isindil and kind of say, if you could, though, I feel like he'd be happier knowing his breadwoman was safe. After she has shown you down, could you send her back up? Perhaps she could leave with us.
Yes, of course. Would you like that, Pumpernickel? She goes, "Oh yes, so much."
Oh, she's so cute.
There, now you have your breadwoman.
I give a weird look to Emerald, and I'm like, I feel like he's trying to say he cares, but he's so bad at it. He's just so bad at it.
Low charisma, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna say, okay, after they walk away, I'm gonna say straight up to Aridin and be like, I feel like these people need to know that Vizier and Devere is here. But I feel like if we run around shouting Vizier and Devere is here, they're gonna be like, who? What? That knows.
Isendil knows because she flew up to his castle with us.
I think she knows what to do.
I think she's, from what she said, it sounds like she's like, I have an army now and I'm gonna go fight him. And I'm like, bitch can stop time. Horrible idea. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think best case scenario succeeds and we have a new ally. Worst case scenario, they all die.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad worst case.
Yeah, it's a really bad worst case. I agree.
I don't know. They're enemies. Like, and Isendil is crafty. She'll get away.
I mean, they're enemies right now, but we just learned that, like, from the air cult, that they're probably not doing this of their own free will.
Some, not others.
But what is important is we preserve the fabric of the Desert Valley. If we let this grow out of control, then our world falls apart. And what is important is we preserve the means of nature. And I'm sorry, but either way, we win.
I think that just because they're misguided doesn't mean they deserve to die. And
I agree. And that's why I'm hoping she succeeds.
Maybe if we go with Isendil or follow them or whatever, when we go into the battle that she's planning, we can help turn the tide, maybe?
Right, and we win the battle, but then we lose the war because we don't have enough information to continue.
How are we gonna win the battle against Vizier Devere if he shows up and he has the Earth artifact? They're all gonna switch sides.
Yeah, he can, and also he could kill everybody with a devastation orb.
Also that.
So I think our best plan is to continue with the original plan.
You do know that you need access to an elemental node to create a devastation orb with the weapon.
He could have been there in this whole time.
My point is there's not much we can do now. We are ants to him.
That's not
I don't
comforting.
like being an ant.
Alright.
I'm
And-
saying if we leave and come back, we can at least be roaches.
I don't like this. I don't want to be a bug.
At this point, Pumpernickel comes back out of the monastery, running up to you guys.
I'm gonna ask her, I'm gonna be like, what did his mom say? I'm so confused.
She said she was going to lead our people, and I believed her.
We came here to check on you. I have no idea what's going on. There's a bad man in a castle. That's what I got.
Wait, all your friends are just okay with her leading now?
Oh, I don't know that they'll all be right away. That might take some time. But she's really
Very
convincing.
charismatic.
What's happened since we were last here?
Well, the last time I saw you was...
I got him though.
Oh my goodness,
We
it was a
can-
month ago, wasn't it?
Before we killed
Yeah.
Marlos.
Listen, this is quaint, but we should have a get on our horse and we should set on our way before you know who decides to take a tour of the grounds and notice we're here.
I tried to warn, and she's climbing onto the horse with Pharaoh's help. She says, I tried to warn Pharaoh with the bread, remember?
Yes, that was super helpful. I give her like a thumbs up. I'm like,
And then I was sent on a special mission.
yeah, what was that?
We were worried they might have killed you on that.
Oh, I don't know, the priests were doing all the work. I was just there to, pray and stuff.
What did the priest do?
Oh, some kind of ritual or something. They don't really explain everything they do. I'm just an initiate.
But you're the best initiate ever. They should tell you everything.
Oh, shucks, thanks.
Were
you
they
do
speaking
here,
in another
anyway?
language, and did you understand them?
There were some words. Like stone
Makes sense.
and I.
Okay.
You and Pharaoh are a wonderful
Eyes down.
match. I mean that sincerely.
Thank you.
I'm
Emerald is
greatly-
grinning like this as well, by the way, and he's just kind of like,
Pharaoh's not looking happy.
yeah. Emerald's gonna like hold it in, but like
She's like behind me.
after.
I'm like looking over my shoulder when she says things like,
Where was this
Like-
ritual done? Sorry.
Oh man.
It was in the valley to the west.
What's west of here, Jake?
Lots of hills.
Lots of earth.
Guess so.
Alright, cool, thanks.
Well, we are going to a place where there's lots of books, apparently. I don't know if that interests you. It's not really my thing, but my friends think it's a good idea, so that's what I'm doing.
Are there books about stone?
There are books on everything.
Oh, then I'd love to come.
There you go. Great. I'm gonna look at Aridin and just like, I guess quietly be like, I still don't really feel good about leaving. What do you think we should do?
I mean, I understand Emerald's point. I guess we should.
But if we leave without Pharaoh's mom, then we probably won't be able to meet up with her again.
Why do you say that?
If she's gonna lead them and wants to fight Visser and Devere,
I mean, she could work on gathering the forces and we can call on her later if we need them.
Yeah, she wasn't implying that she was going to attack Vizerin without you guys.
oh, I thought she was saying I'm gonna do it right now, and I was like, well,
No. She's saying she could build a force so that it's available to us when we're ready to fight Vizerin Devere.
Alright, well, I still feel weird about it, but I will go along with the group. I feel uneasy.
I
Someone note Theo's uneasiness.
Yes, please put that in the record.
Put it in the
trust-
future I told you so envelope.
trust that my mother can do better for these people than they can do alone, and I also trust that she can get out if something goes wrong. So
Fair
I don't
enough.
see another option that works better.
It's funny because your shirt says mother.
I was thinking about that, yeah. It's very fitting.
Yep.
He is his mother hugger.
Ugh.
And he did hug his mom,
Straighten it
so...
Yeah. Hug my mom goodbye. I said
Alright,
goodbye.
cheers, cheers, cheers. Alright,
Oh my god, our party is dropping members like flies.
we
Dun
have
dun
company.
dun 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 dun. You
Right.
guys ride from there east across the bridge over the river. The path turns north, joining the Desserin Road and leading into Belliard.
Oh, Belliard, you say?
Belliard, indeed.
I'm gonna like wave my hand at Emerald and be like, Emerald, find us accommodations. I need to go to the market. It's quite urgent. And I just stride away. I don't
I
even
kind of blink at you, and I'm like, well,
Theo,
fine then.
Why are
Sure.
you going to the market?
Send the elf to do it.
Oh, either of you can come with me. I don't really care. I just need to sell some stuff that we got from the last thing.
Oh, okay, I'll go.
I mean, I really don't care who goes, but somebody should go find accommodations.
Yeah.
I have 2 fancy daggers, each worth 1,000 gold pieces. So I'm gonna sell
That's
those
a lot of gold pieces.
Cool, yeah, there's a blacksmith that'll buy those from you.
for full price. Full price.
Full price. He can resell them in
Is he a fan?
the big city for...
We're pretty big in the smithing circle.
All right.
Uh-oh.
It says I'm encumbered, but I'm not.
Don't worry about it.
More-
Does it affect when I roll things?
I don't think so.
No.
You just can't sprint. Bethesda.
Emerald, in his infinite wisdom, is going to just kind of, after being tasked by Theo, just going to just kind of grab someone from the street and be like, "You there? I need fine lodging in a town. Where can you think I could find rooms for 4?"
The Watchful Knight's the only inn in town. And he points at the only inn in town, named the Watchful Knight.
Jake, I have more things to sell.
Thank you. I'm gonna look like behind me at the building that's like right behind me that just didn't even classify as an inn because it's not like in my mind it doesn't look how I imagined an inn.
Are you gonna tip him?
Thank you.
Thank you, my good man. Here's a tip. Yeah.
His thanks are enough for peasants.
Yeah.
Here's a tip: your belt doesn't match your boots.
It's more of like we normally just get high in the woods to trade money, so like why would I give him money for giving me words?
Jake, should I tell you the other stuff I'm trying to sell?
That sound like a fun bunch.
Jacques.
What
Yeah,
else,
tell me
man?
other stuff you want to sell.
I don't know when I got these. It was a while ago, but it says I had 4 daggers with a symbol on it. I don't know where they're from.
Then that I'm not sure, so you're gonna have to hold off because I don't have a price
You
for
can just
those.
give me like a regular dagger price. I really don't care.
Hold on to those for now. I'll figure out where they came from later, and we can.
Okay,
actually
but
get
I
them.
sold them today. Yeah.
Sure, just make a note.
Yeah. No, I'll remember that. And then one other thing was Myrmidon armor and flail.
I would love to see Theo try and wear the Myrmidon armor.
I don't think you'll be able to sell those because they're
probably
really
tried.
weird shaped. Like they're not wearable by a normal person.
The armor, yeah. The flail probably. The
Can I
flail's a bit
try to
big.
sell them to some weirdos who are into like collectibles?
Yeah, but you're not gonna find weirdos into collectibles in Beliard. You'd have to go to a big city for that.
Like Neverwinter.
Oh,
For
okay, I'll wait
example.
till Neverwinter to sell them then. Do you want me to just look up a price for the daggers, Jake, and do
For
that?
regular daggers, if you want to do that, sure.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. Like,
I have my player's handbook right here, so I can give that to you.
awesome. Yeah, thanks. But that's it. I wasn't a big thing. I don't like holding on to stuff. Like,
Yeah.
the 2 daggers that were worth 1,000 each, I was like, I'm gonna forget to do this! So, I just wanted to
A
No.
dagger is 2 gold each, so 8.
Good to know. Thank you.
Pharaoh drinks extra much. With like all of his money.
You spent all your money on drinks at the bar.
Yep. For Pumpernickel and me. Not mostly me.
Aww.
Oh my god, are you guys on a date?
Oh my god, it's so
So you're
good.
on your date.
Ooh. Wait,
hold on.
wait. Aaron and Misha sit at a table that's like, or me and Emerald can come too, I guess, whatever.
Oh,
And
dude,
we'll sit at a table that's like near but not that near. Yeah, basically that. And then keep going behind the menus and giggling and then looking again.
Yeah, Pharaoh and Pumpernickel are sitting at the table with the little candle going, and like Pumpernickel's so happy. She's like trying to pick what she wants to order, and she can't pick. She's too excited.
Aw.
And Pharaoh's trying to like rush her along. He's like, but something has to be good. Come on.
Well, there's the salad, and then the pork chops, and then but I don't know. There's this soup that sounds really good.
Look at Theo and Aridin and be like, do you think it would be funny if something happened? Nothing rude, but just something funny.
Yeah.
can you make a song
And
for Heroes
he's
Farming?
gonna spend his 2nd, 4th level spell and cast Greater Invisibility on himself.
This is a terrible plan.
I love it.
And
And it's just gonna very gently grab like just like something off their table, like a fork, and like walk over and behind Pumpernickel will just like have to like move the fork back and forth like behind her head, like right in Pharaoh's line of sight.
are you okay,
And then, like,
Pharaoh?
Hide it.
Yes. Yeah. Hold on. 1 sec. I like get up and look behind her.
Nothing there.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I'll just
Thunder,
get the salad if you're bothered.
Oh no!
No, you're fine. Water, please.
Forks like starts rising up again.
Can you pick up a bunch of forks from all the different tables and then just have them like spread out behind her like a crown?
The barmaid starts walking over.
I see her, I hide it again. And like tuck up against the
Just too
wall so
dry.
I'm not gonna get in her way.
Oh, sorry, you cut out there for a sec, Brandon.
Sorry,
I think he froze.
Oh, and you're back.
There you
There
go.
you go. Yeah, I mean, Pharaoh thinks he's just drinking too much, and he's going to like try to ignore them, look down.
The barmaid comes over and takes your guys' order. And Pumpernickel says, "An extra bread."
Yes,
Aw.
please. That'll do.
They're perfect for each other.
I'm just gonna walk behind Pharaoh and slip the fork into his pocket, and then just walk and sit back down and dispel the spell. And just wait for him to realize in like a couple. It'll take a couple minutes, but it'll.
Oh,
it'll
he's
be-
passive
it'll be worth
perception
it.
20.
I might
That's
notice
true.
it immediately.
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand, Emerald.
Though to be fair,
I
it's
am-
invisible. So can he use passive perception against that, or does he have to use an active?
He'd feel it. Perception is not just sight.
Fair.
Give me a
I'm gonna
sleight of
I'm
hand.
gonna use my inspiration on this.
All right.
Wow. This is very important.
22.
Pharaoh does not notice.
Worth everything. Then I'm gonna go and sit back down.
He's not gonna notice for at least 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Later, when Pharaoh finds the fork, he starts checking all the bread for mold in his pack.
Yeah. So I'm
I'm
gonna
a
sit
little
down and-
confused, but is optimistic.
There's some kind of fungus.
just gonna sit down in
Magic
front of
fungus.
the Elder Brothers and end the spell and be like, that was quite amusing. I should do that more often.
Dude, Emerald up top.
Yeah, I high five Emerald too, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? You're all right. What do? You're an elf, right? Sorry, Lily's
Yeah.
asking. Okay. What do elves drink?
Wines mostly. Port.
I'm gonna like wave the barmaid over and be like, do you have elf juice? Elf wine? Stuff elves would drink?
We just ground up some fresh elves.
Some elf juice.
Like, Theo is not at all sensitive culturally.
Yeah.
From a very small town.
Low pulp, please.
Like, never met an elf before, thinks all elves are the same.
Yeah, we just traded with some elves to the High Forest to the east. We got some elven port and brandy.
Oh, cool. Can I have like both of those?
Emerald's looking at you like you are a doll. It's like-
Yeah. For the table. Yeah.
Yeah, we can have a bottle of elven port and a bottle of elven brandy coming up.
Cool. And we need bread, and we need cheese, and we need some goat.
I regret every thought I had ever had about you right now, Theo.
Theo's really confused by that statement. I'm just gonna be like, well, you confuse me too. I thought you didn't know how to have fun. But I see that you like forking around. And I think it's really funny, and no one else does.
Oh, I laughed.
Emerald
Yeah,
has this really
like,
confused
in real life, it's not funny.
when you guys like laugh, like he doesn't understand that a joke was even made.
Yeah, exactly. We're the odd couple of the show now. That's the three of us, I would say.
I think that Pumpernickel and I are going to join you at some point because Pharaoh's freaked out about floating forks.
Yeah, after you guys finish eating, you guys join. You come over and join their table for drinks.
Cool.
Plus, I feel like Pumpernickel just has kept on talking about rocks the whole day.
And it was really, like, freaking you out a bit.
She's obsessed with millstones, and she's like, that's like the closest you guys can get to a common interest.
Oh, no. Well, I sense that the date's not going super well, and I'm like, you guys definitely should try this elven brandy. It takes me a minute to know
Sure.
what it is. Not call it
Will
elf
it make-
juice.
Wait, hold on. Is this the kind that makes me see things? Something else here is doing that.
No, I don't understand why anything I don't know why you'd be seeing things from this alcohol.
Real suspicious there, Emerald.
Were you seeing things today?
Just, no.
I get serious, and I'm like, did you see the muses again?
No, nothing like that. Just
Oh, okay.
cutlery. Don't worry about it.
You didn't see anything ridiculous like floating rocks or castles, right?
Good
No.
one. Cheers.
No.
Cheers on that.
I'm not that mean.
Yeah.
I try some of the wine. This is good.
No, I
It
give some
reminds me of
pumpernickel.
my childhood.
I want Pumpernickel to loosen up. I feel like she's had a rough go with her place where she was going being destroyed and stuff.
Here, Pumpernickel, try this. It's made of rocks.
Did she taste it and be like, a mineral flavor?
Very minerally. It's made of rocks. They're minerals, Pharaoh.
God damn memory.
Telling you, Pharaoh, to the moon, Pharaoh.
When they like had a drink, I guess, or whatever, and I feel like I'm hoping she'll get more chilled out because she seemed really tense and nervous because she's around Pharaoh and I know they like each other.
She gets really giggly.
Well, I'm gonna ask her, like, so where are you from before you went to Sacred Stone? Like, have you seen your family since you left for the monastery? Like, trying to get to know her,
Yeah, she is from Wamford, which you guys know is a town in the south of the Destern Valley, just southeast of Red Lark. Not too far.
Oh, well, I say that.
Same area code.
I was almost driven out of there. They thought that I was a goblin, but I was just wearing a really old cloak. I got my cloak changed after that, yeah. Good times.
It's a good story.
I could have sworn Dirk was here for a second.
Yeah.
And she says, my...
She doesn't say, I remember driving that goblin out of town.
No.
I was the one with the broom.
My mom had the pitchfork.
My parents decided that it was time for me to get out of the house and get a job or something, or find a husband or, something. And none of the boys in town particularly liked me, so the husband thing wasn't gonna work. So I was gonna head north to Summit Hall, because I heard that they were looking for people, to maybe clean or cook or something.
Dude, our grandma works there.
Oh, who's your grandma?
Or she used to work there. It's destroyed
It's
now.
not in such good shape now.
Oh my.
But grandma's okay.
And she's drinking a lot of port.
Good for her. You know what? She's had a tough year. Everything she knew has changed. I think she needs to loosen up.
And
I'm happy for her.
on my way to Summit Hall, I met some nice priests.
Have you heard the truth about our Lord and Savior rocks?
Exactly.
It's very
I'm glad you understand.
No, they used to come and knock on our door in Red Lark. We know them.
I'm just imagining Earth cultists, and instead of like the normal ties, they have those. What are those ties called? I forget the word for them. The ties that instead of like having a tie, they have like the little like polished stone, and then like the
A
two
little bolo tie.
Oh,
the
bolo
bolo
tie.
ties. So these guys with bolo ties, but instead of like a polished stone, it's just a normal rock.
There was a yearly band that toured around the various Destern Valley towns. They just sang rock music.
Ugh. And they convinced me, instead of going to Summit Hall, to come with them at the monastery. They had good bread.
Fair enough.
That's a great
I
song.
respect
Might
that.
have gotten me. I converted to Savras for less. Just gave me some bones. Nice bones.
You picked
Couldn't even eat
Savras
them.
because of bones?
Yeah. Didn't I tell you this?
No, I
There
feel
was
way
a-
worse for you now, though.
Well, I was, traveling. I've always traveled and met a cleric of Savras, and he was wounded. And I helped him along. We were trying to get to the nearest town, but his wounds were too great. I couldn't help him. I patched him up as best I could. Band-aids and herbs and such, but it's not going to stem the flow of blood for long. So he, before he died, he gave me his dragon bone knuckles with all the runes engraved on them. Told me about half the directions, and then that was it. He had the cloak, so I took it. I figured he was okay with me having his money. He was giving me other stuff. I tried to help him, So I became a cleric of Savras, figured out the rest on my own. You see, if you roll the bones enough, and every single time one thing comes up, you see a bird fall out of the sky later that day, you piece them together,
Oh,
I think that's why I get them wrong sometimes, though. Also, that's why I don't know much about the church, but whenever I went to them, they They told me that taking the cloak and money from a priest was a sin.
But he told you to take it. That's not fair.
I know, and I wasn't going to lie to them about it. That was my point.
No, you were Subsalvus and not Sylvanus, because nature seems strong in your...
Well, I don't know. I have the bones. Yeah, Salvus' little eyeball right there. See? Look. They seem to work. I think. Other than that, I'm really lucky. Actually, I could be really lucky. One sec.
I feel like
I just caused this crisis of faith in this cleric by just saying, what if you're just lucky?
Well,
they're
look,
so-
here's the thing, though. A few weeks ago, I started seeing the muses. So that sort of isolated the faith for me a bit more than before, even though I already believed. Now I'm pretty sure that not only is Savra's up there, but that she's, paying attention to me somehow. Or that Vizir and Devere was just doing it all to mess. I don't know. I don't know. It's real.
Pharaoh, forgive me, but I thought I could have been mistaken, but I've always heard of Savras as a man.
Hold on.
What? That's what that guy at Waterdeep said. Savras is an eyeball. I don't care.
yeah, I agree.
Fair enough.
I don't think Savras cares either.
Who am I
Maybe
to
so.
assume the gender of an eyeball?
Maybe everybody has it wrong. Have any of them met Savras? I haven't. I saw male and female muses, but wait, some of them were visit. I don't know. You're hurting my head. Go to the temple for these kinds of answers. I just roll the dice.
I'm also getting irritated with Emerald's questions. I'm like, hey man, you're not a Savras person. You don't know anything anyway.
Listen, Savras' guidance has
Do
gotten
you
up
even
out.
have dragon bones?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at them. They're right here. See? Hey, look, the guidance of Savras has worked though so far. You guys have seen
And
it.
I do not
I've
question
al-
it.
And so, one way or the other, man or woman, I don't care. She's watching me and she's giving me advice, or somebody else is really smart.
And I'm just gonna as he's going or starting to ramble, just kind of pour him a new full drink. I go to refill Pumpernickel's, and then I look at her and I don't, and then I refill the rest of our drinks, set it down, and to Savras then.
This is Savras. Speaking of Savras, Pumpernickel, since you're not with the Sacred Stone anymore, maybe you should, try to become a cleric of Savras. They were just making you say things and do prayers over there. You could heal people and...
Before
look
they
into
start this
people.
argument, Emerald is going to very quickly excuse himself and talk to the barkeep to get his room, because he's not exactly sure this is going to end well.
Let me show you how you cast an augury. Bring her to the room.
I'm gonna be like, I love augury. Let's go do augury upstairs, but only with you and me because I'm tired, and tired augury is personal. I'm just trying to get him. I can't come up with a good excuse. I'm trying to get him away from.
Theo, you're trying to get a threesome?
Ew, gross! Pharaoh is way too ugly for that.
Yeah, look at that
Also,
sauce
I would
quoted.
never, ever do anything with anybody else's girlfriend. Gross. No. That's what barmaids are for.
That's not what you said in second grade.
Whatever.
Cleo's surprisingly chivalrous.
I have my standards. Remember? Small town? Okay. Not for myself.
I guess stuff gets around small towns. That makes sense.
It's true, right? Alright. I'm gonna
I think he was talking about
pick up
information, but I
Pharaoh
like that.
this and by the shoulders and lead him off and grab a room key from the front desk and then lead him off.
Alright, y'all get rooms upstairs.
And then I'm like, dude, don't talk to your girlfriend like that. You haven't seen her in forever. She's been through terrible shit. You need to be nicer to her. And I slap him both of the cheeks and I'm like, shape up, man.
Me?
Pull yourself together!
Here's your room key. And I slap it into his hand and I'm like, go to bed. I'm gonna go back downstairs to the main room.
Cool.
Who's still there when I get down?
Zelier.
Aridin, and Pumpernickel, right?
A very drunk pumpernickel in it.
Hey, I'm glad you like the elf juice.
It's really yummy.
Yeah, it is. But why don't you eat more of the goat and the bread? Because those are also really yummy.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Aridin and I'm not like super with it either. I'm gonna be like, we have to stay here and make sure she doesn't die, okay?
We just send her to bed like Pharaoh.
If Pharaoh dies, it's because he's so dumb. If she dies, it's because she's so drunk. I would feel really bad. I'm the one who got the elf juice. It's my responsibility.
So why are you keeping her down here with more elf juice?
No, I took the elf juice away and I'm making her eat.
Oh, okay.
Just
Sorry,
for
that was
reference.
unclear.
Okay.
Emerald doesn't have a lot of money on him. I only have like
I did a switcheroo.
a
of
tiny
the
amount
elf.
of money, so he's a cheap man. He only got 3 rooms.
That's okay. That means there's one more room.
Because Emerald's in a room, Pharaoh's in a room, there's 1 room remaining.
We can put her in that room, and then me and Aridin will go sleep with Pharaoh.
Sure.
Wow, yay. Now it's that kind of threesome.
No, it's not. Sorry, viewers, if you were into that. I'm just saying because I don't want her to feel like she's being like,
He said he wouldn't sleep with anybody else's girlfriend. Didn't say anything about boyfriend.
Alright.
All right, enough. Okay, once she sobers up like a little bit, I give her the other room key and send her up.
Alright. Cool.
And then when I'm feeling like I'm not gonna totally hurl, I go up.
Theo and Aridin, you guys could also just like get another room because Theo's got all this cash.
We could. I have hella cash
He's
money.
flush with cash.
All right, we do that.
Pharaoh snores.
True. Super loud
Alright,
too.
so y'all
you
get an
snore
Eldest
too,
room.
Half the snore is better than all the snore.
Agree. How much is it, Jake?
Whatever. Look at the
Alright.
player's guide.
I'll let you know in a sec.
Thanks, Emerald /Ben. All right, cool. Feeling pretty good the next day. Yay, Belliard, but also let's go because we still gotta go to this library place.
Cool.
Yeah.
The next morning, y'all get ready to leave, and you head out. From Belliard to Westbridge, which is the next town over, takes 2 days.
Is Westbridge the kind of place that would buy Myrmidon armor?
Sorry, y'all are on horse, not foot. You should be able to do that in a day.
You were gonna sell it at the place with the place. Just
Oh,
like-
Everyone be able to sell till you get to Neverwinter.
Got it. You're right.
Is Westbridge
Westbridge.
just a bridge and it's to the west?
It is indeed west of the Stone Bridge. On your way from Belliard, you guys cross again the Stone Bridge, which is really fucking cool. And I showed you a picture before, but I'm gonna show you a
Show it
picture
again,
again.
show it
because It's
again.
been at least it's been pretty much 30 episodes since we were there. Because it was like episode 2.
Oh, look at that.
That's the Stone Bridge.
Whoa!
It's
Really
really
put it in
fucking
safety.
badass. It's this giant, long piece of stone built by the dwarves, no sides.
No sides.
Look, mono sides.
Very cool bridge.
Remember Fenelon was like super proud of it?
Yeah, because she built it.
Fenelon was not there when you guys crossed it.
Was
No,
Literally.
I think it came up though. It
It
came
But
came-
it was like, I'm gonna be super proud of that.
We talked about because they talked about when they had been to Belliard, and she had asked them how they had gotten there.
Ah, yes, it was discussed.
Yes.
Anyway, that's that. From there to Westbridge is 1 day's ride.
Sweet.
Seeing if there's anything of interest in Westbridge. Town, about the same size as Belliard. There's an inn, there's a farrier, there's a blacksmith. That sort of thing. All the basic
Right.
amenities.
I say if there's not much we're interested in here for the night, we can just turn in again. Keep going. Unless, let's wait a sec for Lily so we don't keep going in and her go, wait! But
Yep. Yo, Lil! Don't know where she went.
She's at the tavern having drinks. Yeah, let's just stay the night.
So-
Westbridge is abuzz because some folks from the town who had previously disappeared have returned.
So the people we freed!
Yep.
Yay! Do any of them recognize us?
You haven't seen the folks. It sounds like they're at home, but you've heard the rumors.
Guys, we should totally tell them we're the ones to save them get the hero treatment.
So, during that evening, Emerald's just kind of look at the other brothers and Pharaoh and be like, "So, I'm bad with you races that die quick. How old are you?"
Me? I'm half elf.
Are we like
You
20?
still die pretty quick.
Yeah, but haven't you ever met a half elf?
I don't know how old I am.
We're like 24. We're just...
He's like 24-ish, yeah. The Eldridge brothers.
I'm fair like
Okay.
50, which is still
You
pretty
have-
young for a half elf.
You have some time on you yet. You're good then. Sorry, I never can quite gauge these things.
You're so morbid. Oh my god.
Well, I mean,
have, like,
I've known a couple of you, but it's like I'll go to visit one of your cities and then I'll leave and I'll come back and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, he's passed." And it's like, well, what? It's like, what am I supposed to do? It was only like 50 years. It's not a big deal.
That's a big deal to us.
I've gathered.
Oh, okay. So,
You must be
Pharaoh's
so
like 30.
ancient.
I'm only like 300.
Ah, you're so old. Explains why you're so grouchy.
Do you remember what you had for breakfast this morning?
Hmm.
You guys should meet the rest of the elves.
Are they grouchy too?
It was not even that bad.
Wow. It
Listen,
must be really, really hard to get along with anybody there.
I've been here for 342 years. I think I understand
That
I'm
was
being insulted.
342. He just said it was 300. Where did the lies end?
He's so old he can't remember.
Listen, until my hair is gray, I'm still good for this planet.
Elves care much less about how old they are because it's
Yeah,
just
we
after
know.
that long you just like
Yeah, it's like you die sometime between 200 and 900, and the only real indicator you're getting old is your hair starts to gray and then you die. You don't get like older. Your hair grays and then a couple years later you die.
I whisper to
it's-
Aridin,
Semi-random for
and
elves.
I'm like, let's go find some like powder to put in his hair to make it look gray.
Guys are
Totally.
bastards.
Awesome.
Jake, can we do that in town?
yeah, there's a general store. You can find some flour.
Some just for men. Give him some streaks.
No.
His flowing locks of blonde hair.
How much does it cost, Jake? Gold piece? Or silver piece or whatever?
Like the copper, it's flour.
Alright, cool. You take off the copper.
Yeah, let me see. A pound of flour is 2 copper. So
Yeah.
Shit.
Baking goods.
Half pound will do. Alright, cool. We're gonna stay the night there, so yeah.
Do they have like those little hotel bottles of shampoo?
I don't think they even have any
I'm
semblance of a
positive
shampoo.
the Emerald shampoos his hair.
I think he does too. It's pretty
They,
long.
they don't have a
It's
shower. You can ask
like
for
a
a
bath.
bath to be drawn. There's like
Yeah.
one bathtub for the whole inn, and it costs extra.
Hey Emerald,
We've been on the road a long time.
you should treat yourself.
Yeah. I'm thinking of taking a bath, and you should too. I don't know the next time we'll be able to.
I appreciate that. That's really kind of you.
You know what? I think down at the front desk they had like some like pampering things like soap and conditioner and stuff. You want me to grab some for you?
If you would, that sounds absolutely lovely. I appreciate
God,
it.
this is the best prank of my life.
Why don't you get started in the bath? Tell him to draw it or whatever, and then I'll be
Because
right
that takes forever, am I right?
pass you all the, the bubbles, stuff like that, whatever you're into. I think they have a rubber duck probably, but
Don't get your hopes up.
I appreciate it. I'll go speak with them right away. Thank you, Erin.
Okay, Theo. Alright, give me the flour.
Okay, here it is. Here it is.
Pour it into a little container with some water and shake it. Maybe a little bit of soap so he's not suspicious that there's no bubbles.
Okay, our prank is
Okay, great.
innocent.
Some flower petals and like grind them up and sprinkle
I'm not sure you guys appreciate how like hard it is to be in on this like poorly executed of a prank and then
Yep.
just like run with it.
It's pretty
But-
difficult.
I'm trying.
You do really well.
shake it. Cap it. Alright.
Done. We high five. Woo.
Freeze frame.
Okay. That goes through, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Here you go, Emerald.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting by the doorway, and I just kind of take the small vial from it. So you just pour it into the bathwater.
No, you
No,
put it
that's for
like
your hair.
yeah, you put it on your hair.
Yeah.
Makes it smell good.
No, they were all out of bubbles. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's incredibly
They
disappointing.
do have
I
this
appreciate it.
lovely lilac and, herbal infused.
Oh my
I have a
God,
soap
that
bar
sounds
you can
lovely.
borrow. Because I do.
Do pass me the lie, then. That would be wonderful.
Alright, cool. Give me my soap bar and I kind of regret it. But it's worth it for the prank. It's worth it for the prank.
And you see him do like a gesture as it like this soap bar kind of like you see like a very thin sheen of like the entire edge of it's gonna fall off as it like basically prestidigitation's off a layer.
Can you do that to a person?
Getting the layer of Theo off the soap.
Exactly.
Gross, but cool. Very impressed and also terrified now that we're doing
was
this
that,
prank with
Odin?
someone so scary.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Nothing.
No, Odin, you said something. Could you do that too?
Could you do that to a person? That's terrifying.
Oh, I mean,
Flayed that soap.
it doesn't cut anything. It's like taking the dandruff off of your skin.
Oh, that actually sounds pretty refreshing.
It is. It's lovely. You should see Elven Exfoliation Center. It's great.
Prestidigitation exfoliation.
At which point, I'm going to say, now, if you'll excuse me for a moment,
Hey!
Enjoy yourself.
take the
Go
bath.
find Pharaoh and Pumpernickel and tell them what we did.
Alright, Emerald, important question.
Yes.
Do you put the stuff in your hair?
Yes.
Okay, do you then rinse your hair?
Yes.
Okay, this has no effect.
Yes.
The flour washes out, the tub gets like really thick and white, like when you rinse it out. Little like you like
And
you get a
I'm
little bit of
kinda-
oobleck on the edges, but like
yeah. And he's kind of confused, and he feels a little odd, so he like presentations it off and just kind of like flicks it to the side.
yeah, there's like a couple little like chunks of like they have flour and water, you get that like mushy goop,
And
some
so, like,
mushy goop in your hair, but like
he does a bit of magic to clean himself afterward. He's like, that's odd, but I mean, we've used mud in some things for cleaning, so it's probably something like that. So yeah, and he like magics it all out eventually, and he kind of like once he's all tidied up again, gets redressed, heads up to his room, and excuses himself for the night.
Meanwhile, dude, we totally got it!
Oh, so good. We tell Pharaoh and
Pharaoh thinks this is very funny.
now he's gonna think he's old and dying. Isn't that great?
If it works, you geniuses.
Thanks.
and then
Nah,
you see Emerald come out of the bath, he's back up in his clothes, and his hair is exactly the same as it was before.
Another day, my friends.
I'm gonna look at them. Thank you, my God, that felt wonderful. It was a bit chunky, but whatever you said, it's probably gonna be very beneficial. Theo, I thinned it again, so it is a little smaller than when I took it for you, but I thank you very much, and I return the bar of soap, and I go to my room.
God, it's a lot easier to prank Amos.
I know. I was just thinking that.
I'm Pumpernickel.
Well, we didn't use like.
Pumpernickel, you want a bath?
I was gonna say we didn't use all the flour. We still have like we bought half a pound.
Yeah, you used a teensy bit, yeah.
Could just try to put some in his hair while he's sleeping.
I don't want him to wake up and see.
That's a good point. Yep, he flayed soap. Nope, not you. Never mind.
I don't know what it is for.
I'm scared. Nope.
What I can do to suck. I don't want to get anywhere near that guy.
Yeah, no.
Alright, with that, you guys head to bed?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. From there, you guys leave Westbridge. It's another day's ride to Tribor. Tribor is where you guys. So it's along the long road. You get to Tribor, and then you're gonna turn west.
Oh yeah,
Tribor
take the
Trail?
Tribor Trail.
So checking if there's anything special about Tribor. It's a little bit bigger of a city. It's a horse market. There's a bunch of nearby ranches that train draft horses, riding mounts, ponies, pack mules.
Should we sell our horses and get better ones or no?
If you wanted to put some money into it, yeah, you could like horse upgrade.
I mean, how much would it cost?
We could probably upgrade to heavy horses, and we could probably pay someone to ride the horses back, so we're not paying the rental fee there.
Well, your
we
horses were. I think the horses you have now you got in Waterdeep.
Yeah, we did. So I'm
Yeah.
saying we'd like sell the ones we have and then get different ones.
Well, no, we didn't buy these. I think we.
You borrowed
Yeah,
them
no.
from the Open Lord.
Yeah, so we could pay someone to ride them back, because it's like, what's the cost of paying a messenger? And basically, it's just saying, hey, deliver a message saying thank you for your services and return these horses. They'll ride alongside you. We'll pay them a little bit extra, but like whatever the going rate for messenger is, it's probably not going to be that much.
It's cheap, yeah. And then buying new horses, you're thinking?
And like buying like heavy horses so we can ride longer. I don't know if heavy horses exist in 5e. But
Yeah, I was just gonna look at how much a regular horse costs.
If all the horses are like technically the same, then if it's not that big of a difference, then I'm fine with keeping our horses. You just brought up the horse stuff, so I was like, oh, maybe.
A draft horse is 50 gold pieces. A riding horse is 75 gold pieces.
What are we riding right now?
I don't know. What's a mastiff? That's 25 gold pieces.
That's a dog.
That's a dog. Then the pony is 30 gold pieces. A war horse is 400 gold pieces.
There we go. That's what we're talking about. That's a heavy horse.
I don't know the difference between a draft horse and a riding horse.
Draft horse is the Budweiser horse.
I think draft horse is for pulling.
Yeah. Yeah, a riding horse is 20 feet faster.
Gotcha.
I feel like
And a
we'd
war-
be riding.
You guys already have riding horses, so
Yeah, we have
Alright,
riding
then
horses.
cool. I'm good. I don't need to upgrade.
unless you want like a war horse.
Nope, I
Yeah,
feel
but
good.
war horses are just
Dude,
combat.
Altivo!
We don't panic. That's the difference.
Altivo!
Altivo is a war horse.
He's a warhorse. And also a dog.
Cool. So you guys will keep riding.
Yeah.
Yep.
So-
Did you
I feel
more?
weird that Thumpernickel is now with us.
So, Theo, I have to ask, where did you learn where did you guys learn to fight? I mean, I get that you're smiths, so you'd be good with a hammer, but neither of you. I kind of like just gesture as we're writing. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
What are you talking to us?
Yeah, wait. Eric,
Dude,
we
you've
haven't
seen our
answered this.
dad!
Wait, no, but I'm sorry. Lily is remembering. We've told this story to somebody else. Somebody else in the party a long time ago asked us this question. We made up an answer. Remember what we said?
I mean, I assume it was just because our dad is awesome.
No, we said somebody taught us to fight, like our uncle or something. Literally, this came up like in like episode 2 of the
Grandma
game.
Stormbanger, maybe?
Maybe it was her.
That would make the most sense to me.
Yeah, she's probably our closest relative,
That
like physically closest.
yeah.
All right, yeah, that's good. Are you good with that?
Yeah, sure.
Every summer since we were 5 and could pick up a dagger, Grandma Uma Stormbanger taught us.
He's exaggerating. We started with wooden swords, and we were 4.
I don't want to make other people feel bad.
so you're very practiced then. What, 20 years? So that's most of your lifespan.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it's really just for defense. We didn't use it for a long time. It's just part of Uma's side of the family's tradition.
Fair enough. No. I was actually laughed at for learning the blade the way I was doing when I was younger.
That back.
What, you were bad at it?
No, well, traditionally elves don't use scimitars. I was trained by the Red Tigers. It's a newer order. It's only 300 years old, and so
Do you
they're
guys
still-
ride tigers?
No, Red Tigers.
Do you ride the red tigers?
No, we only mimic them.
Do you have pet tigers?
I can mimic them.
Show me!
Yes.
Charade!
Yes, Theo. We have pet tigers, and I look at Aaron and I'm like, no.
That's so cool. Why didn't you mention this before?
Should I do it?
Very good, Pharaoh.
And
I give
Are you
Aridin
with
this.
me, bud?
I give Aridin this
Bless you,
pained
dear.
look. Like, what did I walk into? I just wanted to talk with people about fighting. But in any case, it's a newer style, and they laughed at me for it. They said, "Oh, this is new poppycock, blah blah blah," and it's just like, I don't understand.
Poppycock and boulder die.
Our style is pretty much just hit it till it dies.
Yeah, that's how I would describe it too.
We like to put a bit of flourish in things, so there's a bit of dance involved. But
Whenever I try to flourish, I get hit. So I just don't anymore.
to be fair, you're using a sword as large of you, so I would imagine so.
Yeah. But I do have the sweet cape, and that flourishes.
Very good, Theo.
Feel
The
good
sword
about it.
fighting technique is similar to my cooking technique. Heat it till it fries.
You see, like Emerald, like
Joke of the session.
tugs at the reins and like speeds his horse up. He's like, "I'm done." It's like,
I made an effort, and now we're done.
it's like, I tried. I'm done.
Yep.
Make mental note. Aridin, you can talk to. The other two, just ignore. It's like.
Hey, I thought your tiger thing was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Interesting elf orders.
Jake, if you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, it's in Skag and under the different Blade Singer stuff.
Yeah.
What? So yeah, sorry. To go back as Lily, I feel a little bit weird that Pumpernickel's with us. Is she like?
Right, so, I mean, yeah, like in character, I'm assuming you bring that up, right?
Wait, are
I
you?
feel like I would. Yeah.
Huh?
Well, we don't have an extra horse.
Yeah, we're sharing a
Riding.
horse right now. I was sharing it with my mom before now.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
Pumpernickel's
I-
riding
I-
behind Pharaoh.
Oh, okay.
And
I guess I bring it up to
Ferris little spoon.
or Emerald. I bring it up to somebody because I'm like, we're going to fight, and I don't know if she is willing. Well, not when we're
First,
going.
we're going to the library place. She-
Right now we're going to the library, but after that, I think we'll see. Because if we end up in a combat situation again, I don't know if she can defend herself or not.
I simply felt Pharaoh would be at more peace knowing at least one of the people one of the women in his life, and I say this like rolling my eyes slightly, is somewhat safe. So if we could,
Emerald's jealous.
Seriously.
Don't you have like a tragic love backstory thing? It's really sad.
no,
Oh, okay, that's someone else.
no.
Aridin just thinks that.
That was
I just think that's why you have that attitude.
I was spurned one too many times.
And that's why you're so grouchy. It's a good assumption.
Does anybody bring that up to me?
I mean, I'm going to assess what the group feels like.
I feel once we get her to Neverwinter and she's safe, we decide whether she stays there. We move her to a different safe place that's closer, and then we make that's the rub.
All right. We'll probably talk to you, Pharaoh, when we're not riding. Like
Okay.
when we get to the next
That's
place.
fine.
If we're making camp or whatever.
Neverwinter, I think. Or, oh, you just can't for the night, sure.
Alright, cool.
Moving on?
Yep.
Alright.
Jake, where are we now?
On the road again.
I'm just gonna wait to get back on the road. Okay,
Tell me
so
we're in Neverwinter.
from Tribor, it is 5 days to Neverwinter.
I spy
Alright, actually, at this point, sorry.
a vertical log.
I spy that too.
Tree.
Good guess.
What were you gonna say, Brandon?
If it's 5 days away, I do ask Pumpernickel, here's a 5-day ride to Neverwinter. Could be trouble on the way. You sure you want to go all the way over there?
I mean, I guess I could always go back to the monastery.
You could, if you want, but I don't know if you can.
I
go
want to
alone.
be where you
Doesn't
are.
seem safe.
Oh my god.
Well, listen. When we get to Neverwinter, I think you should stay there for a while.
I've never
It's
been
not
to a big
safe.
city before.
But it's safer than here. There's bunch of evil going on in the valley right now, and with Vizarin muddling it all up, I don't even know which type of evil it is.
I don't know what any of that means, but okay, if you think it's the best thing.
One has bread
No,
for
I
a
just
stomach.
don't think my constitution can handle a big city.
One of them has bread for a stomach, the other has bread for brains. I'll let you decide which one is which.
Listen, I'll bring you to a church. There might be a church of Savras there, or we can pretend it's a different one. You know how to pray. You know how to be an acolyte. You could get a low-level job. I'll leave you with plenty of gold. You'll be able to get by until I come back. You'll have a place to be and friends and people to talk to, at least.
Okay.
You can even pick which god. I don't think there's any stone worshippers over there, unfortunately.
Step right up, pick your god, pick any god.
But maybe we can find a dwarvish god for you that likes stone.
That sounds nice, I guess.
I'm assuming they're having this conversation like the two of them, and we can't like.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably hear, but you're not invited.
All right. Well, the whole time that is going on, that I'm making like freak out eyes at Aridin. Do you hear this shit? Do you hear this shit? All right.
At some point, I'm going to like try to come to the group without Pumpernickel.
You're gonna try to what?
Talk to us without her.
Yeah, sure,
Tell her
that's
to look
fine.
over there, and she'll be occupied for a good minute.
Look, there's a rock.
Hey, you want to fetch some water for us? I could really need some water. There's water left.
Yeah, I think there's a stream over. Okay.
Oh my god, Jake, you're so bad.
Just wandering off looking for a stream.
So I walk up to you guys and I'm like, everybody, I think we have a problem.
Did they take
My
away her
original-
free will?
I don't know, but my original plan was to bring Pumpernickel up to Neverwinter, leave her there, then come back for her when everything's done. But I have a change of plan. I think we should leave her there and not come back for her.
Are you being for real?
All she talks about is rocks. I don't. I was blinded by bread. I don't know what I was thinking.
Jake, is the spark dead? As GM, you have to answer this question. Is the spark dead?
Is the what?
Is the spark dead, GM?
How does
Or you-
Pumpernickel revive her?
Or are you just doing a shitty job playing Pumpernickel?
Sparks are the Air Temple's domain. My mother can deal with that. What?
Lily's asking Jake.
I don't know what you mean. That's up to Pharaoh. Pumpernickel's still madly in love.
She seems to be pretty happy.
Pharaoh, grab you by the shoulders. Listen to me. I once almost had a girlfriend, and then she died of festering wounds because I forgot about her.
What if all she
Don't let
talked
your
about was the wind?
hey. Don't let your heart turn into a festering wound because you forgot about it.
And then I'm gonna flip you around and also grab you by the shoulder and
really
be like,
bad.
"Do you want this to happen to her? I can't believe you!" Smack, smack, smack. And then
I'm not going to leave her nowhere. I'm going to give her all my money. I have 50 gold pieces. That's more than I'd seen in years before today. Or 2 weeks ago.
You have to say something like motivational, like "Gold isn't the same as love" or something, because you're a good cop. Aridin.
Gold isn't the same as love, man.
But she
You can't buy love.
yeah, but
I mean,
but
you
I
can't.
Classic,
Not
classic.
that kind of love.
But you can't pull it out of a thin rock either.
And I'm gonna flip you around and be like, "This girl had everything taken from her. Every rock she ever loved. Every person she ever looked up to who also
Now
loved
she needs
rocks.
a new
They're
rock in
all
her
dead.
life. Something
And
she can
now she
rely
needs
on.
metal.
Emerald makes a good point. You're her rock now.
Yeah. You ever think about that? Are you gonna leave her too, like every other rock she's ever had?
Maybe if we surrounded her by rocks. Hold on, if I can get a scroll.
If you're gonna leave her in Neverwinter, with or without rocks, you need to come clean. Or you're not
What do you
worthy
mean?
of eating
Wait,
any more sweet buns.
tell
I'm eating
her?
them all myself.
But why tell her? That'll just hurt her more.
You don't want to be waiting around for a rock that never shows up, do you?
yo, Pharaoh, don't leave her on read.
I could send her a letter.
That is the worst thing I've ever heard. You
I'm
gotta
gonna
face
stare
up.
at Pharaoh, and blink a couple times and like.
Listen, I thought that she was just with them because of circumstance and that she could, come and talk to me and be normal, but she only talks about rocks, and I think she's completely simple.
One could say that
And listen
Earth.
to me. I
Hey.
never thought I was the smartest one here. Sorry, go ahead.
One could say that Earth is her world.
Exactly.
Also,
But it's not, it's Tyr. And I know that now.
She's not even from Tyr. She's from Earth.
is it possible that she's still under the influence of the war pick, and when it's destroyed, she won't be? But it's also possible when it's destroyed that she'll realize that you are a scoundrel, especially if you only send her a raven. So you better tell her in person.
Whoops. Just
I'll
realized
think about it.
here is Dragonlance. Toril is Faerun.
That's
Toro
one's
is what I
more
meant.
accurate. Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
Pumpernickel come back with water now?
Wrong D&D setting.
Yeah, Pumpernickel's back with the water. She's got. I found a little stream, and there's like barely any water in the.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
I'm just glaring at Pharaoh. I feel like he's not a decent dude right now.
Dump it on his head.
Thinking
I'm
about it.
gonna look Pharaoh and just kind of whisper. So, I may be mistaken, but are you going to mention that you can just make water at any point?
We can all make water. It's called Noah number 1.
Can't tell her that.
I mean,
Actually, honestly, you probably could. Oh, God.
because I think can't you make like 50 pounds of food in water?
I actually don't know if I know that spell. I don't know if it's. I think that's a cantrip that I didn't take.
No,
I'm
no,
assuming
it's a
tonight we're
spell.
keeping
It is a
watch and
cleric. I
stuff,
think you just
yeah?
know them all.
What's up, Lily?
Oh, I'm asking. We're keeping watch and stuff on these nights, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So.
If it's spelled, then yes.
Eventually?
Yeah,
third
this is
level.
this is definitely a trail more than a road. It's definitely like, not super well trafficked, but it's not too bad. You hear there's a forest to the north, and at night sometimes you hear some wolves howling, but nothing seems dangerous or willing to mess with you guys. So. The travel is mostly uneventful.
Cool. All right.
And at the end of that 5th day, you arrive at Neverwinter.
Tell it. Lay it on us. Tell us how awesome it is.
So, Neverwinter, about 50 years ago, was actually destroyed, damaged really badly. There's a volcano to the northeast that erupted, Mount Hotnow.
Cool.
And there was
Alex and I are making the same face.
giant.
Hot now?
Yeah, that's definitely what happened in Neverwinter after it blew.
I mean, it was hot then.
I don't
Hey,
know.
I don't write this shit. It's in the book.
Pretty shit is how I feel. So I already get my review. So
When do we
Yeah.
get to the turnover point
You
where it's
have to
Mount
realize
hot?
Ed Greenwood wrote this like 30 years ago. The standards weren't exactly as high.
That's hot now.
I'm
Mount Wakalugi.
So, hot now next to Neverwinter. Okay.
Yeah, you beat me to it.
But in recent, so there's a giant chasm that split the city. It was destroyed, really badly damaged. But in recent years, they've brought together a whole bunch of wizards and they resealed the chasm, and the city is being rebuilt.
So for a while it was called Chasm now.
Anyways,
Now they've renamed it.
you guys would also know, because this is sort of common knowledge, that the old open lord of Waterdeep, Lord Neverember,
he's fucking kidding me. Jake, you gotta be shitting me right now.
Fucking name.
Can we just rename all this shit so it doesn't sound so stupid?
no.
The never-ending story.
Wind's End is so much better.
Agree.
Anyway,
Like, we
he-
felt cheesy.
After some scandal in Waterdeep, some corruption and scandal and all this stuff, left Waterdeep and actually now is leading Neverwinter. He's considers himself the Lord Protector. He makes a claim to the throne. But why are you guys still laughing?
Neverwinter was fine on its own, but now that we also have Hot Now and Never Ember, it's ridiculous.
I've never even thought of Neverwinter as like the two words, and now that.
I mean, I made the joke earlier about sometimes winter.
I didn't hear it. That's hilarious. That's the funniest.
In the South, is there never summer? Oh my god!
No, Never Summer is Narnia with the
It's
winter.
not cool, not Bay.
Brandon! Holy shit, dude!
Sorry. Okay, better.
Sorry, doorbell.
No worries. Brandon was
Brandon
broken that
having a
whole
typical
time.
Little did we know, red larks. It was literally just a red lark.
It's called so because there was a forest of red larch trees that were
Yeah.
knocked down to build the town.
Sense now.
Are you lying?
No.
That is so stupid.
You gotta stop.
Lily, you have to remember, medieval naming was really lazy.
I mean, we do have Newfoundland. That still exists.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Sorry.
And New York,
And
Which I hate. So
New Orleans,
I was gonna say Greenland and Iceland too.
right?
Lazy, but like not stupid lazy.
The Vikings weren't known for that.
The thing that got me was just Neverwinter. I don't know why. Like I just never associated. that with-
never thought
I never
about
thought that they
never.
were. Yeah.
not only, I like that Never Ember is in charge of Neverwinter.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Sorry.
Lord Neverember is the Lord Protector in Neverwinter, and he claims he's got some connection to the royal line, but that remains to be seen. But he's been doing a good job, so people aren't really questioning him. He's been rebuilding the city, bringing back a lot of business and commerce.
All right.
And so the city is starting to have some of the hustle and bustle that it may have 50 years ago.
Yeah. Remind me, Jake.
Yes.
Neverwinter used to be. Was Neverwinter on par with Waterdeep and then got wrecked?
Yes.
That's what I.
Wonder why it's called Waterdeep.
Because it's on the ocean.
Ugh.
I don't know why. Those ones just sounded okay because they were by themselves. Then Hot Now.
Can somebody explain Belliard?
There's
probably
a lot
another
of
type of
churches
tree.
and it's a nice garden. It's the belly yard.
All right.
Y'all are ridiculous tonight.
Campaign successfully derailed.
Yep.
All right.
We need
So,
players.
So,
Once-
can you
first thing I'm
describe
gonna
that?
do when we get here is kind of suggest we find a place to stay, and then we hunt down where the God of Knowledge's library is.
Yep, the House of Knowledge. So here's a quick, just a high level, so you guys can see this map because it's awesome. On this side, that's the ocean out there because Neverwinter's right.
Where
on
do
the
we
coast.
come from?
You guys came from the south, down there,
Got it.
and along the center, that's the river that flows out to the ocean through Neverwinter.
Understand.
Is that always cold river?
The river's actually fairly warm because it is warmed by Mount Hottenau.
Not gonna say.
Well, you have to remember it's far enough north, but it still doesn't get very cold there. I mean, it's never winter.
Brandon, are you alright?
No. I've never seen humor. Gen game.
We've lost him,
You and
folks.
Ben pointed out that's fucking Articuno and Zapdos and Moltres. After years of me never realizing.
Yeah.
That blew my mind the first time too.
All right.
Oh man.
So I'm gonna be in charge of finding a place to stay. I get us rooms. I make sure the horses are stabled and have good feed and blah blah blah.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna follow Emerald to the place with the stuff, since I don't know anything about books.
Well, it is like the late afternoon, almost evening. You guys sure you want to go there now, or do you want to wait till
If
tomorrow?
it's that time of day, I don't think so. However, knowing where we are, I might turn to Theo and say, Theo, if I'm not very rich, we don't exactly go waddling around with money where I'm from, but I don't know how pricey they would be. We'd have to see what they're selling for, but if we could convince
What do you
someone-
want?
I would see. I want to see if we can go to a place that might have a scroll or two, so I can maybe learn a spell.
Oh yeah, sure, whatever. But let me sell this Myrmidon armor first. It's really cool, but nobody in the other towns thought so because they're idiots. Jake, I would like to sell the Myrmidon armor and flannel now.
All right.
Quanto.
I don't have a price for you. You're gonna have to wait. You need to tell me ahead of time in games when you want to sell things that don't have a fixed price.
Oh, I told you at the beginning.
I haven't had a chance to do any
Oh,
sort of
okay.
figuring because
Alright.
I've been running the game.
I sell it.
That's a
Cool.
do.
Doodaloo, yeah, you sell it.
I
There you
don't care
go.
about the price right now. I'm just,
And then you guys find a tavern.
and we can buy.
We
buy
can take care of that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm down to buy skulls for you. It's fine.
Cool. And when you guys, check into your tavern, you get some rooms. How many rooms?
What?
Morgan?
I think we could do 3. We can make Emerald and Pharaoh be in a room, and you and me in a room, and then whatever his name in a room.
Yeah, Waterface.
Sorry.
Pumpernickel.
Pumpernickel.
Pumpernickel in a room.
All right, and you guys do that. You talk to the innkeep, and you get sort of the lay of the land. You know that the House of Knowledge is along the riverbanks, just to the northwest of where you guys are staying.
Great.
The river goes past around Castle Never.
Grace?
Neverwinter. The castle is called Castle Never. For Neverwinter.
That one is normal.
That's normal. That's just the castle that's in the middle of the town. It's got the same. It's like Castle Waterdeep is in the middle of Waterdeep.
Still gonna judge it.
But the castle
they call it
these
Castle
days is not occupied because there is no living
So
heir, as far as people know. So the
Castle
town is
Never.
mostly run from the Hall of Justice, which is across the river from Castle Never.
God,
Castle Never
Superman's
occupied.
here?
What?
Superman's here?
No, that's just where the Lord Protector is running.
Dude,
the
we're
city
having
from.
trouble with time travel.
Oliver
The
Cromwell?
Flash on this.
I'm down.
And as you guys lit after that, that's where we're gonna end it tonight because we've totally lost.
so screwed.
We've lost everything.
What do you mean we lost everything? What do
We will reset. We will come back next week, and we will explore the city of Neverwinter.
Alright.
So,
I had
are
so
we
many
doing
ideas
a
about the
4th of
fucking
July
library that
special
we never
then?
got to.
Which thing?
Are we doing a 4th of July special then?
Oh, is next Tuesday the 4th of July?
I will not be able to be here.
All right, not next Tuesday.
Okay.
The Tuesday after that.
Maybe we'll throw something up as like a pre-record. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, I'm
It's
down.
possible, yeah, because now there's less people to coordinate. We could maybe do something Monday or something.
We can talk about this when we're done streaming right now.
Yeah, we'll talk about this later. We'll figure it out. We will post on the page. People who watched, thank you for watching. Please comment on the video, message the Jetsam Academy page, let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see change, what you want to see in the future.
What would you name your fictional town?
Yeah, exactly. Comment
How
on
would
this
you
video.
break
What
up?
would you name your fictional city?
I like
you break
always
up with your
spring.
fictional girlfriend.
And my players, please, Rose, Thorn, Bud, thing you liked, thing you didn't like, thing you're looking forward to. With that, we'll see you all maybe not next week, but week after, sometime soon. Bye.
We'll figure it out. See you guys.
Pumpernickel, find out next week.